we're gonna rock this ABC style kickboxing and Physioball core cardio endurance workout together. So what I'm bringing you today is some kickboxing and bodyweight cardio movements, as well as a Physioball core movement. So I have 3 exercises in each group. They start with a 30 on, which is a higher intensity, that goes straight into a 40 on kickboxing style movement, and then finishing straight into a 50-second core cardio. So that's either abs or glutes or other core movements. And then we get a 30-second breather. So this endurance style is straight through, meant to build a strong foundation for our heart health that allows us to move our body for longer, which then allows our cardiovascular health to get better. In 2 seconds, we're gonna go into our warm-up with a walk in place. Feet hip width apart, toes pointed straight ahead. We find our kinetic balance right off the bat, right? We make sure those knees are tracking forward. Pay attention. Sometimes they like to go out, right? We're pumping opposite arm, opposite leg. This is very natural. We have a gentle pull in on our belly button. We tuck our chin and we're long and tall through the crown of our head. This warm-up includes 9 exercises straight through, introducing some of the movements from our workout. All right, in 8 seconds, we're gonna pick up the pace with a jog in place or a high knee march. All right, so we're gonna bring that heart rate up a little bit. We go to that jog in place, up on those toes, moving a little bit faster, pumping those arms and legs. If we are no impact today, we go to that high knee march. Notice that I'm pointing my toes and warming up my ankles. I still stay tall and long through the crown of my head, and I still have that gentle pull in. Good tall posture is ears over shoulders, over hips. We don't want to be here slouching, right? This is our chance to train our body to be up tall and proud. All right, we're slowly bringing that heart rate up. We're going to go right into another cardio movement, jumping jacks with a jab cross in 3 seconds. Here we go. So full impact, we do 2 jumping jacks, and then we step 1 foot forward and punch with the front arm, back arm, and then 2 jumping jacks. Step that opposite forward, jab, cross, and switch. Now, if we want to take that jump out, we simply step out to the side, squeezing with all we've got, and then those punches are no impact. Now, when we punch, our wrists are stiff, our thumbs are outside of our fists. We stay tall and long through the crown of that head because we're going to want to curl. We're not curling here. We're going to keep our hands up, protecting our face, but we want to stay tall and proud. Our first movement, dynamic stretching movement, we have a squat with a lunge side to side. So feet wide, we sit down into a squat. We lean to the side, stacking toes, knees, hips, switch sides, back to the middle and stand. Big squeeze on the glutes. Now I'm gonna alternate which direction I go first. I'm gonna notice that as I straighten my leg, I'm gonna feel a stretch along the inside of my thigh. This is helping open up my hips, getting me nice, deep range of motion. It's also stretching out muscles called the adductors. These muscles pull our knees in, which can lead to knee pain, hip pain, back pain, and even worse, injuries such as ACL, MCL, those kinds of things. So we want to open those hips. 6 seconds, we're going to go to a squat with a calf stretch. So feet are now hip width apart, toes are straight ahead. We sit down into a squat, stand up. We step forward and drive that back heel down through the ground. So that back leg stays nice and straight as we stretch, and we embrace that stretch to the back of that calf, potentially down into the ankle or even into that foot. Now, if you have an open wall space, you can use that wall to help push deeper into that stretch. Give a little extra force into the floor. It feels really good. If you don't have a wall, that's all right too. All right, we can still just push that heel towards the floor. We can brace on that front leg. So these dynamic stretches are meant to give us a healthier range of motion as we get our bodies and ready for this workout. 5 seconds, we're gonna go to skaters, bring that heart rate back up a little bit. So we're going to step, jump, or hop towards our inside leg. So step, hop, or jump, and we're gonna try to balance, squeezing those hips quickly. I'm leading with my knee so that I land toes, knees, hips, and I'm catching very quickly with my hip here. Now, notice this isn't super fast, so I'm not like a speed skater here, right? I'm focusing instead on balance and stability, warming up my hips, all right? You'll also notice that the farther I jump, the harder it is to stabilize, so feel free to step. 6 seconds. We're gonna go to a hamstring, a dynamic hamstring stretch with a carry-away arm. So 1 foot on the ground, slight bend in that knee, other toes are tapping. We're gonna reach opposite hand to foot while keeping that leg somewhat straight, slight bend. And then we reach up and across that body like we're pulling a sword from our pocket. So down, feel that stretch through the back of that thigh, down into that calf, and then we go up and across, opening our palm towards the ceiling. Now, if you watch me from the side, slight bend. I'm reaching across my body, but I'm kind of sticking my hips back, keeping my back in a neutral position. So I have a small arch. That allows me to stretch the outside of this hamstring muscle. Now, as I reach up and across, I'm squeezing my shoulder down and back. 8 seconds, so I'm feeling a stretch through the outside of my armpit here, getting better shoulder mobility as we get warm. So go ahead and switch sides. Same thing, opposite leg. Slight bend in that knee. You might notice that one side is tighter than the other. Totally normal. It's a big squeeze on that bum to stand up. And guess what, guys? We're already down to our last dynamic stretch. So embrace it. Focus on that glute squeeze. Focus on good shoulder position. Nice, slow and controlled, purposeful, dynamic stretches to help reduce pain, prevent injury in our workout, and get the most from our workout, yeah? Feeling strong, squeezing those glutes. We've got 13 seconds, and we're gonna go to a jab, cross, hook, uppercut. I call it a 1, 2, 3, 4. All my favorite punches all together. 1 foot slightly forward. So I'm going to lead with my front arm. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. And then I switch legs. And I can hop to switch or step to switch. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. I'm alternating arms. And I'm starting to pick up speed. Each punch comes with an exhale. Powered from our legs up through our hips into our arms. All right. Kickboxing is great because it's nice and no impact. But we want to make it total body. 5 seconds, we're going to go to a lunge with a front kick, step, knee. Last exercise of the warm-up. So pick a leg, it steps down and back for a lunge. Feet hip width apart. We come up into a front kick, that same leg steps forward, and then we drive that back knee up. All right, that's it. And then we switch legs. So alternating legs here, down into that lunge, front kick, step, knee. Switching legs. So in my lunge, my feet are hip width apart. I feel all 5 toes on the floor. That's important. I don't want to be in. I don't want to be out. All 5 toes. Second toe, taking that weight. My feet stay hip width apart and I drive up into that powerful front kick. Now I only go as low as I can for that lunge. It shouldn't be painful. I squeeze that front knee out over those toes. 5 seconds. Shake it out. All right. First group here, remember, 30 on for the first exercise, straight into 40, then to 50 for that core. First exercise is a lateral lunge, out to the side, up and over. So my toes, knees, and hips, and it's a quick shuffle of those feet. Then the second exercise is that jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Final exercise is a Physioball crunch. Are you ready to hit it? Let's go. So out to the side, toes stay pointed, straight ahead. I bend that knee and it comes straight forward in line with those toes, training my hips for a healthy body alignment. Now that shuffle, it can be a step up and over. The more we use those arms, the more we're going to challenge that body. 5 seconds, pick up the pace, right into jab, cross, hook, uppercut. All right, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Yes, switch. Now, be patient with yourself on these combos. We have a couple of rounds to get it, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or straight in front, across the body, hook it, and then up. All right? And then we bring the power, and we only have 10 seconds left. And then we're hitting that Physioball crunch. You're gonna get a chance to breathe. Push through. Yes. All right, onto your Physioball. We roll out so our lower back is supported. Now our hips stay up, we squeeze the bum, and then we simply crunch, pulling those ribs towards those hips. Release it out. Exhale and crunch. But notice my bum stays up the entire time. All right, so what you'll notice is you're really going to feel this localized to your abs. You're not going to be allowed to use those hip flexors, the muscles in front of your hips, to pull. Now, in terms of arms, you can bring them to the front. You can support your head in the back. All right, but you're not squeezing that chin forward. All right, it's just a, and you're going to exhale as you crunch up. And then guess what? 30-second breather. Get a quick drink. All right, we do the same group of 3 exercises straight through. 3 times each group. All right, once you get your drink and you're recovering, we get back to active rest. This can be a jog in place. It can be a shuffle. This can simply be a walk in place. In 3 seconds, we're hitting that lateral lunge up and over again. Here we go. So we start it out. We reach it up and over. Now, however high you jump, shuffling those feet in the middle is going to dictate how high that heart rate goes. This is our highest intensity, highest impact for this group. So, reach, push, 5 seconds left. Get it while you can, and then we bring it down. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Still a high intensity, not a high impact. All right, bring the power in those punches. Make sure we keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. And we're using that total body here. Punching forward, across, and up. Notice on my hook, my thumb stays pointed up towards the ceiling. Think of it as that morning coffee. You don't want to tip it over. 3 seconds. Yes, Physioball crunch. And you know, we're going to get to breathe here in a minute. Wherever you're comfortable on those arms, crossed over or behind that head supporting. What I don't want is the front of your neck straining to pull up. This movement is coming from our abs, from our core. All right? We're squeezing those hips, those ribs towards our hips, and we're exhaling. That exhale is important. I know it's hard, but it gives extra ab engagement. 3 seconds already. All right, slowly stand up. Take your time. Your heart rate is going to recover while you're down. All right? So take some time to stand up. I don't want anybody feeling dizzy. If you do, just change that movement pattern just a little bit. Move a little bit slower. All right. One more time through those 3 exercises, and we're going to finish with round number 1. 5 seconds. Lateral lunge, up and over. Let's bring it. Out to the side, shuffle. And like I said, that shuffle can be as big or as low as you want. It is okay to alternate or take the jump out entirely. This workout is your workout. It's you versus you, meeting you where you are on your journey right now. And you're in it. 3 seconds. And you made it. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. All right. Notice I'm pivoting. All right. I'm bringing that power up. And if I mess up those combinations, I keep moving through it. This is a judgment-free zone. Nobody's here to see you when we mess it up. That doesn't mean we don't check in on form. Roll those shoulders down and back. Thumbs outside those fists. 3 more seconds. Can we get it in? Yeah, we can. Physioball crunches. Right here. Hips up. Bum stays tight. Notice it's not a huge movement, right? I'm not sitting all the way up this time. I'm literally focusing on flexing my spine. And this is exactly what our abs do. Most of you wonder why I don't do a lot of abs. And it's because, one, we can't spot reduce fat. Okay, nobody can, despite what any articles are going to tell you. You cannot spot reduce fat unless you're burning fat cells with cool sculpting, all right? But it also leads to poor posture. When your abs are too strong and taking over, it can lead to this, all right? So focus on those abs where we can. Quick drink. Next group, we have 2 plank jacks. Hands underneath those shoulders, we pop those feet in and out, and then we do 2 shoulder taps. All right, trying not to go side to side. Then we have that lunge, front kick, step, knee. And then we have a Physioball glute bridge. Let's hit it. So plank jacks, feet pop in and out just like jumping jack feet, and then we tap the shoulders. Now, as we tap our shoulders, we want to make sure the shoulders stay over those hands. We stay long and tall through the crown of that head. And throughout any of this, there's no back pain. We can use no jumping, 7 seconds, so we can just tap it, or we can use an incline. The higher up we go, the less likely we are to have pain. Lunge, front kick, step, knee, just like that warm-up. Feet hip width apart, into that lunge, down and back in a pain-free movement, only going as far as your body can move pain-free, all right? We don't push into pain, we listen to our body. Feet are hip width apart. If you want to get a little bit more glute engagement, you can add a slight forward lean. It's not a round, just a slight lean forward. 5 seconds. We're going to hit that Physioball for a glute bridge and a rotation. This time we roll out, our head and shoulders are supported, all right? We bring our hands out in front. We sit those hips down and then we lift them up towards the ceiling, squeezing our bum. And then if our hands are on the clock, we tip to the side to 1 o'clock, back to 12, over to 11, back to 12, and then hips down. And then I switch which side I go to. So 11, 12, 1, if that makes sense, guys. Now, as I tip to the side, I'm squeezing my bum. I'm keeping my knees in line with those toes so I get a little extra hip activation. This stabilizes my knees as I do upper body rotations, which we do all the time in day-to-day life. There you have it. Round 1 of group 2. Are we feeling it? I sure am. All right, we get a quick drink. We get our mindset wrapped around those 3 exercises. You know you get to recover in the cardio, in the core movement, right? The heart rate comes down. So we give it 110% of whatever that looks like today for that cardio. 2 plank jacks, 2 shoulder taps. Here we go, out and in with those feet. If we are not jumping, we're tapping, we're squeezing the bum. We lead with the ankle bones. We want to make sure those feet aren't turning out. We're trying not to let our body rock side to side as we do those shoulder taps. 8 seconds left. Don't forget to breathe in this position. We punch the hands through the floor. Last one. We're up to those feet. Lunge, front kick, step, knee. Take it one at a time because it feels like a lot sometimes. All right, now getting these combinations down, I know it can be challenging for the brain, and sometimes that holds us back, but embrace the challenge. It's really good to teach our body new combinations of movements. It helps keep our brain young and create new coordination and neural pathways. 6 seconds, and then we have that glute bridge rotation. Yes. All right, hit that Physioball. Down we go. Rolling out, head and shoulders supported, toes, knees, hips, straight line, hips up, and we tip it. While we tip to the side, we really focus on that knee position and that alignment. We gently pull in the belly button, supporting that spine. Again, this is a place where if we have any kind of back pain, we can do them on the floor and build up to this. If you want to take it up a notch, you can even pause here and add a mini band to those knees. Get a little extra activation that way. 6 seconds. Yes, beautiful work. Shake it out, feeling it in those glutes. And then we've got that active rest, and after that recovery, 2 plank jacks, 2 shoulder taps. One more time through. Are we feeling like we're starting to get sweaty? I know I am. All right, 10 seconds. We're gonna hit that floor or that incline. Remember, use that incline. The higher up it goes, the less likely we are to have back pain. Here we go. Pop it in and out or step it in and out. Shoulder tap. No rotation. We focus on our form and we think about whatever hand we did first last time, we do first this time. Tuck that chin back. So this is a nice opportunity. You work on that chin tucked, crown extended so that we can get better at our posture. 4 seconds. We're up to those feet. Yes. Here we go. We lunge. Front kick, knee, drive it in, right? We're bringing the power. We're bringing the strength here as we drive from down low when we dig deep. We work on that balance and control. We're already halfway through, but we know we get to recover and breathe in the next exercise. Another thing to keep in mind is how high you kick. All right, I don't want to feel a huge stretch on that hamstring. 3 seconds. Yes. Glute bridge, rotation. While we recover here, hips down, big up and squeeze, tip it to one side. It's a small tip over, like I said, about 10 degrees, if you will. So your shoulder's gonna come slightly off the ground or off the ball. We're gonna breathe here. It's a good opportunity to catch our breath. Normally in our endurance workouts, I give us a 1-minute recovery, but because we have a core movement and we're recovering while lying down or in a core movement, I shortened those recovery times so we can get more workout in less time. All right, up to those feet. You're halfway through, guys. Hard part is behind us. We're looking forward to the end of that tunnel. First exercise, we have a jumping jack, step forward, jab cross, just like warm up. Then we have a squat with a side shuffle. So we feet hip width apart, sit down into a squat, shuffle, and tap it down. All right? If you don't have a lot of space, you can squat, tap to each side, and stand. Here we go. We've got those 2 jumping jacks. And then those 2 punches forward, alternating arms, jab, cross. All right? We're stiff in the arms. And you remember that carryaway arm that we did in the very beginning, where we felt that stretch along the outside of those armpits. I want you to try to feel that stretch. That's how we teach our shoulder blades to rotate properly. Squat, side shuffle in 2. Here we go. Down, shuffle it out. Oh, did I mention we're staying low? Yeah? Those knees and hips are gonna feel it, or I should say those thighs. Toes stay pointed straight ahead. Remember, we can squat, tap, tap, stand. And if you need a break from that squat side shuffle, down, up and squeeze, and squat it out. Down, up and squeeze, shuffle it out. All right, but you're on the home stretch. You have 8 seconds left. You know that the core exercise, Physioball cross crunches, coming next. Grab that Physioball. And just like those regular crunches, we're gonna support on that low back. Now this time, bum tight, belly button in. We're gonna reach across our body towards the opposite leg. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Exhale, crunch across. Pulling that shoulder towards the opposite hip, across the body. Remember, we don't want those hips to go down here. We want that movement all to come from the abs. And in this case, the internal and external obliques, as well as the rectus abdominis, those ab muscles. These are all the classic ab muscles. Round 1 already done, guys. I feel like it's flying. Deep breath. And then up to moving those feet. Jumping jacks, jab cross. You have that light at the end of the tunnel. You know the end of the workout is coming. So I want you to dig deep. I want you to challenge your body. 2 seconds. Remember, that can be different day to day. So what does 100% look like and feel like to you? How are you feeling today? Do you feel strong and powerful? Yeah? Then bring it. Give it your all. If you're here to get moving, because we're just getting started, right? And we don't want to overdo it, then we listen to our body. Squat side shuffles. And we know that either way, we did something for ourselves today. And that's what we're doing right now. We're letting go of all those worries, all of those other things in our lives. And we're working through being attuned to our body, knowing that we are worth it and we are worthy, and we're grateful for the movement that our body's giving us. 14 seconds, guys. What have you got? All right? If you felt like you were slowing down, but you want to go all in right now. 5 seconds. All right? Yes. Cross country, cross crunches. That's how you know you're giving it your all, when your brain and your mouth go boo, boo, boo. Okay, I kind of like to chop across. So I'm supporting my head here, making sure that I'm not straining the front of my neck. This is important because the front of our neck strains when we're in bad posture position, right? When our chin pulls forward, it uses neck muscles to do that. So we want to try to keep that neck as relaxed as possible. And we're still exhaling as we crunch across, and we're feeling those abs work. 3 seconds. Oh, baby. Feeling it work. Are we sweating yet? I am. I don't know if you can always see it from far away, but you'll see it at the end. I'm glistening with the joy of exercise, right? Jumping jacks, jab cross. One last time in 10 seconds. Wrap your mind around it, all right? You already came, you already started. Now we're gonna see it through. Give it your all. You can be mad at me, right? You can say, I'm done with this, Jamie. I don't wanna go anymore. And you're gonna dig deep and you're gonna punch right through, right? Right through this workout, all the way to the finish line. 13 seconds. This is our high intensity exercise. So you give it all you got. 5, pushing through. 3, counting down. Squat side shuffles. Here we go. Remember, in that squat position, feet hip width apart, toes pointed straight ahead. You're kind of leading with that knee, pushing into it. Again, this is another place, if you have a mini band, you can take it up a notch with that. Halfway through, the hips, the outside of the bum, starting to burn, yeah? The legs, the thighs, the glutes. 10 seconds. You're gonna love it. You're gonna embrace it. Love the challenge and dig deep. Yes. Cross crunches for the finish of group 3. Here we go. Squeezing the bum. Hips up. Chin relaxed. Exhale. As you pull across. That's the halfway point. So it's important that when we do cardio or core, that we do it for a long enough period of time that we get what's called endurance. Endurance is what allows our core to work longer. These aren't generally muscles that are huge and buff. They're muscles that we want to work for longer periods of time to support our body. Quick breather, 30 seconds for you. First exercise is a skater. It's our last group, guys. So just like warm-ups. Now, I want you to try to move a little bit more quickly, but I still don't necessarily want us landing with that internal rotation on the knee, all right? Then we've got elbows high and low, all right? Skaters, leading with that knee. Stabilizing, only going as far as your ankle, knee, and hip can stabilize. So notice I come to balance first. All right? I can pick up the pace, but I want to make sure that I'm stable. All right? Remember, you can take that jump out. You're going to feel that in the hips. Elbows high and low. Here we go. Feet hip width it. And we're going to pivot from those knees and drive those elbows behind us. So up, over that shoulder, and then down low. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Switching sides that I start with. As I elbow high, I want to make sure my shoulder stays away from those ears. I'm pivoting, I'm soft, so I'm not getting my knees, too much torque on my knees. So I'm always pivoting here. 6 seconds. We finish with what's called a Physioball. Y-T-I. So feet against the wall or something stable. I'm going to use my dumbbells. You roll the ball to your hips. Extend the legs. So we're in like a supported plank position. We squeeze the bum, gentle pull in, and then we rotate the thumbs towards the ceiling. All right, so we kind of point our fingers towards our toes. That's the Y to a T, up overhead for that I. So you're feeling this in the core. So the glutes are squeezing to stabilize. We're long and tall through the crown of that head, and we're feeling those shoulders rotate. All right, so thumbs up towards the ceiling. That's an important point. We want what's called external rotation on those hands. All right, guys, That is our fourth and final group. 2 more times through, right? My hips are talking. My core is speaking to me. All right? We have 2 rounds left. It's a little over, maybe 3 minutes or so. All right? So, yes, we can. Yes, we will. 3 seconds, skaters. Hit it. Here we go. Step, hop, jump, stabilize. All right? Everybody's going to go a different distance. This is you versus you. And everybody's hips, like I have trained my hips to stabilize this quickly, yeah? But sometimes I lose my balance, and I assure you I wouldn't edit it out because this is me. Sometimes I am right on, which my hips feel great today. Elbows high, low. Sometimes I'm all over the place. I must be on today. All right, we're pivoting through those toes and knees. We are keeping those shoulders down and back from my ears. And we're breathing as we rotate, fighting off. This is what you're doing. You are fighting off anything that tries to hold you back, all right? You're driving it away. You don't want it in your life. 5 more seconds. Yes. Physioball YTI right here. Extend those legs. Glutes tight, belly button in. Remember, rotate the palms away. Thumbs point up towards the ceiling. Now, as I come up into that I, I'm not all the way up here, right? Notice I'm down in front of me. That's because my shoulder blades are rotating. You keep going. I'm going to show you what this looks like. All right? As I rotate up overhead, notice my shoulder blade sticks out. I'm pushing it down, and I'm getting a nice big stretch through the outside of my armpit. That's what I want you to feel. That's how your shoulder blades learn to move properly. This prevents pain and injury in our shoulders. All right? It's also going to help you relax that upper back and neck, that area where we always feel like we carry our stress. All right? So good shoulder mobility is important for proper posture and longevity of our shoulders, right? 7 seconds, guys. Skaters, last round. What have we got to give? Light is right there at the end of that tunnel. We're pushing all the way now to that finish line. All right? We have 2 minutes. 2 minutes left before you get that cool down and stretch. You know the hard work is behind you. Stabilizing. It's not about distance. It's not about how high or how far. It's what about the best for you. Feeling those hips engage. Elbows high, low. Shoulders away from those ears. You can even look at your opponent and know that you're knocking those boundaries down. You're pulling away from those chains just by taking this time for you. You're not letting it hold you back. You said yes to you today. 5 seconds, big push to the finish. Yes, YTI, and this is it. All right, focus on that core movement. Belly button gently pulled in. We don't want to feel like we're arching here. We're squeezing the bum. We're tall and long through the crown of our head. We're hitting the core, the glutes, and that gentle pull in on that belly button. But we're focused also on really good shoulder mobility. Proper posture, chin tucked, head back. Getting a lot out of 1 50-second movement here, 5 seconds, and you've got your drink. Yes. hard work is over. Quick drink, and then we're gonna breathe, bring our heart rate down a little bit, and perform that targeted stretch. All right, feet wide. We're gonna take a nice big deep breath in through the nose, feeling it expand the ribs and down into that belly. Ready? Big deep breath in. Reach it up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Open those arms up. Stretch out that chest. Yes. One more big deep breath in. Exhale. Rotate those arms back down. Beautiful work. We're going to start with the inside thighs. All right. Feet are toes pointed straight ahead. Feet are wider than shoulder width. We step one foot slightly forward. We lean into that leg. And then we're squeezing the bum, tucking the hips under. So you can go a little wider if needed. This stretches along the inside of our thigh. Remember those adductor muscles that pull our knees in. All right. We want to stretch those out so that we're not pulling those knees in. So this is the static version or the non-movement version of that squat lunge side to side. Go ahead and switch legs. So by stretching these muscles, we have less movement of these muscles and wanting to pull those knees in as we do things like stairs, sitting in chairs, all right, or even walking. Pay attention to how you walk. If you walk narrow with like one foot almost in front of the other like a tightrope, you can be really tight through the inside of these thighs as well as the outside of our hips, which we're going to stretch here in a minute. We're going to come down to the floor. Feel free to use a mat, pillow, or blanket under that back knee. My back foot is flexed, but I'm in a lunge position here, all right? And all I'm doing is squeezing my bum, tucking my hips under. Even right here, I feel a stretch through the front of my hip, down into my thigh. Now I can bring this up a notch by reaching overhead and even adding a small lean to the side, all right? If you don't feel an increase in stretch, don't worry about doing it. But one thing to pay attention to is you don't want to be leaned forward here, all right? So you want to be tall and proud, squeezing that bum. A lot of us are very tight through the front of our hips. So pay attention, listen to your body if it feels tight and stretch it out. These are great stretches that can be done on your own at night as a meditative stretch before bed to help you sleep, or while you're relaxing in front of the TV or chit-chatting with family, whatever relaxation looks like for you in the evening, all right? But this is a really nice stretch or a great way to start your day. Whatever works for you, right? That's what this is about, all right? Health and wellness is about you. All right, nice stretch through the front of that hip. Nice release. We want to no longer feel that stretching sensation. That's how we know we're done. So if you don't feel it, pause here, stay in that stretch. Otherwise, come with me. We're going to switch legs and we're going to bring that back knee, that back foot, back behind our front leg. So our knee kind of rotates out this way. And then it's the same thing. Squeeze the bum, tuck that hip under. Again, you can reach up, add that small lean. But what you're going to feel this time is instead of feeling that stretch on the front of that hip, you're going to feel it now along the outside of that hip to the outside of that thigh. That small movement. Now, these are very targeted stretches. This hip muscle is a muscle that we use when we pivot on our toes. So I really like to do this stretch after we do a kickboxing workout because we are pivoting a lot, all right? And we get tight in these hips from doing those types of movements. So go ahead and switch legs. Remember, it's not about pain in that knee, so get that pillow, blanket, or pad if you need to stretch it out, all right? The other thing to pay attention to is if one side feels tighter than the other. We are asymmetrical people, and when we have asymmetry, like we're right-handed, okay, the only way to fix that would be by working with our left hand, right? So when we stretch, if one side feels tight, it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to stretch on the other side. We stretch the side that's tight, all right? Now, if the other side starts feeling tight, by all means, stretch it. But in the meantime, stretch the side that feels tight. All right, we're gonna come down into a child's pose for our finish. Toes together, knees nice and wide, reaching those arms away. Really important here. Shoulders stay down and back away from the ears. We feel the shoulder blades rotate as we sit those hips back towards those heels. Nice big deep breath in here. Expand the belly, expand the ribs. Exhale. Press that chest towards the floor. If we have any kind of knee pain here, go ahead and use an incline, whether it's a table, couch, or chair. We can do the same movement, and we can even do it in a squat position. So if you have something like a kitchen island or a table, and we still want to get a nice round on that low back and hips, and we want to make sure those shoulders stay down and back, but we get that nice stretch through the outside of those armpits, potentially into that low back. One more here, big deep breath in. Exhale. And thank yourself for making the time for you, all right? Making the time for your body, your mental, physical, emotional health. All right, you did it. The workout is complete, and I hope you're glistening with the joy of exercise. You feel the release of things that have held you back, and you know you made time for yourself today. You reached towards your goals, and it's my pleasure to be part of your journey. Now, your feedback is important to me, so please let me know what you think of the workout, if there's any way that I can improve it, some things that you like to do or that you don't like to do, all right? I'm open to your thoughts, but please like, follow, share Kinetic Balance Fitness, and keep up all the great work on your health and wellness journey.